Good afternoon, Mr. Byrd. Thank you for taking the time to allow us to speak with you this afternoon. My name is Sheree. I'm a TOFIA representative working along with Mr. John Hutala, and we're interested in knowing a little bit more about you and what it is that you've been doing in your community.
Good afternoon to you, Sheree. It's an honor, it's a privilege to take time out on this historic Sunday afternoon, which is a blessing from God. God is the head of my life, so if you want to know about MC Gino Byrd, not just a promotions director, the man. So I express to you, feel free, go ahead, ask me any question that you would like.
Okay, well, we know that you were born in Detroit here, and so have you ever lived outside of Michigan?
No, let me just, to your first question, no. I've been born and raised on Detroit's east side. My mother was on drugs. I was born in 1985 on Detroit's east side. I was raised by my late aunt, Adela B. Smith, and my father, the late great Leah Mayars Byrd. I was raised on the east side of Detroit, grew up over on Cashmere between Buffalo and Mound Road, and I'm also a product of DPS. So my mother's been disappeared since 1986, so my auntie retired from First High School to raise me while my father worked in a high-rise apartment building, working double shifts and triple shifts just to make ends meet.
Okay, now, since you've never been outside of Michigan, is that something that you would like to do, or do you wish to be a Michigander for life?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a Michigander for life because here's my thing. I'm a private Detroit public schools. I done went to 3 DPS schools. I went to Edmonton, I went to Helen Field, Edmonton Elementary School on Canfield, Rudderman Junior High School, Washington Careers Vocational School, and also track and field star from Detroit Special Olympics back in the day.
Wow.
Also studied broadcasting over at 9345 Lawton, LAWTON, from 203 to 204. Became an independent contractor for Mr. R.J. Watkins back in 204. Produced, directed, audio engineered my own show for 10 years. And everything. So pretty much broadcasting is my, broadcasting and family have been my life.
Okay. Well, do you have a lot of friends and family here in Michigan?
Yes, I do. I've had a lot of friends that I went to school with. I was there to take care of my father as he got sick in 1995 of heart trouble. My aunt had Alzheimer's, so we had to put my aunt in a nursing home. So my family's been through some trials and some tribulations as well. And from then after that, then as my radio career was taking off real good, then a tragedy happened back in 2006. My father got pistol whipped back in 2006, and December 2006. Then he ended up having Alzheimer's and ended up passing away back in 2007. So I had to uproot my home. I had to stay with my cousin for 3 months. Me and my cousin did not get along, so I had to end up. My uncle from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, who I thought had my best interests at heart, didn't leave me any insurance money, didn't do nothing. It was like, and then that's when he enrolled me in community living services. So I've been moving around. So the first home I started out at was Rising, was an extended group home, unlicensed group home. I was there from 207 to 210. Go ahead.
Well, how does it feel being within a community living services housing?
Well, it was weird at first because after living with my father all my life, I felt like there was a lot of dirty politics. I actually ended up running away from Westland, Michigan, because I lost my job at Myers. I was flirting with a lot of the women at Myers. I was really, not happy. My cousin gave up guardianship in 08, and I had a state-appointed guardian, faith connection. So I was very unhappy that, I wanted love in my life. You know, because a lot of people don't realize, Sheree, you know, behind MC Gino the man, there was a guy crying out for love in his life. You know, wanted that companionship, that love. That's the reason why I decided on it to write a book about my life story, because I stayed with my ex-girlfriend for 3 months. I eloped twice because I was very unhappy. You know, I was very, very unhappy. I didn't get to a center point in my life until I started back, you know, getting back in the workforce. I did telemarketing for a little bit. Then I was a part of another church called New Providence, my cousin's church. But she got sick with ulcers, and it was crazy. So like I said, it was crazy. I was pretty much most of my life just unhappy for 21 on up, because that's when I was in CLS. When I started enrolling 21, so it was crazy. It was crazy. It's been a crazy journey for me.
Now, for those that do not know, Community Living Services provides support and services for children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Yes.
They assist and support each person to exercise control and authority over their own lives. Now, what are your future plans with CLS?
Well, my future plans are, I really hoping, my future plans is to hopefully leave. I also have a state appointed guardian, for people who don't know. My plan is to terminate guardianship services and throw my hat in the ring to become my own person, to hopefully get married and leave CLS and hopefully be by myself, because when I was searching for a church home, I wanted a spiritual family that made me happy. And I'm going to give you a little brief summary about how I came upon New Covenant Church.
Okay.
Now, how I came upon New Covenant Church International is the co-pastor came one day. I had this psychotic roommate that was bothering people in the neighborhood. And, you know, and the co-pastor came down to the house and spoke to one of my direct care workers and said, you know, we'll look out for you, because he's telling a whole bunch of lies. And so one weekend I decided to come down to New Covenant. The atmosphere was wonderful, and you know, I checked out for the next free Sunday, so I decided to book an appointment with Bishop Horace H. Ramson, which is like a spiritual father to me at New Covenant. We talked, and he said, Gino, when is the last time you got water baptized? I said, I've not been baptized since 1995. He said, in order to become a member of this church, you have to be water baptized. So I looked at Acts chapter 2. I studied it about speaking in tongues. So the pastor said he was going out of town for a week. So I decided, I had to pick a day, which would be good for me to get baptized and for me to really do. I had a lot of stuff going on as well. And I eloped back in 2014, so I was going for a lot of stress with this crazy roommate. I wanted him out of there. So I decided, I picked a date, so I said August 31st, 2014. And somebody asked me, Gino, why did you pick August 31st, 2014? I said the reason why is because I wanted my family to be there, and I wanted to really, you know, I feel like this would be the right decision. So I talked to Bishop Ramson, and I said, I want to get baptized. I made a decision. I want to get baptized on August 31st. So his son preached on the 24th, and so I had to wait for him to get back in town. So after that, my cousins were there, the choir was singing. I said to my cousin, hold on to my dollar, and I took that step of faith in the Ice Bucket Faith Challenge. Elder Juan, which is my spiritual uncle, everybody at New Covenant is like family to me, because what people don't understand, when you don't have that auntie and that uncle, because both of my aunties, you know, have went on to be with the Lord. My first auntie, which her name is Betty Valencia Bradford. I've never met her. And, you know, she was a true woman of God. She was from the old school, and she was old. So that's why Elder Valencia Van Lowe, which I call my spiritual auntie, means the world to me. And I'm going to actually show you a photo, you know, right here, you know. This is the screensaver of me and Aunt Valencia Van Loan, which is my spiritual auntie, who I love truly dearly. It's like, because, this is why I tell people, you need to really, when I went down in that water, I felt wonderful. I felt like everything from dating, all the abuse, all the using on the abuse, all the hurt, went away, because, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't realize, when you're awarded the state of Michigan, you go through trials and tribulations and a lot of hurt. You don't have people that understand. It's like, like I have accountants, like I have to give them money out of my check just to give to Social Security. A lot of people don't understand the stress of it. It pays not to have a state appointed guardian. That's why it pays to have your church, your extended church family, and your work family behind you, because it's hurtful. It's very hurtful.
Now, are the people around you supportive of your goals and encouraging you to achieve them?
My spiritual auntie, Valencia Van Low, who means the world to me, is very supportive. My spiritual father is the Right Reverend Horace H. Ramsey, is supportive. My spiritual uncle, Elder Juan Bradford, who's a gentle giant, he's a landlord, and his wife, my other spiritual auntie, Elder Cheryl Bradford, are landlords for CLS. They rent out houses to people who really, they're very supportive.
Okay. Well, how does it feel to have staff around, like all the time, opposed to your self-independence?
It's really stressful.
Oh.
It's really nerve-wracking, because I wish I could be by myself 24/7.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm just so glad to have the alarms off my window, because it was very annoying having people check up on you on the hour, every hour.
Oh.
People don't realize it's not fair.
Okay.
It's not fair. It's very stressful. That's the type of stuff that makes you want to run away, that makes you want to leave, because people don't realize, Sheree, we're not in the 60s anymore.
Right.
We're not.
Now, the CLS motto is 5 principles of self-determination. Freedom is one, authority, support, responsibility, and confirmation. And in the previous interviews that you've had, I've noticed that your focus is on success.
Yeah.
So what is your definition of success?
My definition is, this is my definition. I wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. I get my day started. I have my cup of coffee. I'm ready to go to work, make it happen, because God is so amazing when you have good people like John Toole, good paper director, Worshipers Outreach, Pastor I.K.B. Williams, and my extended church family of New Covenant, because I feel a very great connection. And my success is, I want this ministry to succeed, and I want Word Explosion to keep on fellowshipping with my church, with New Covenant. Excuse me. Because I really want to, but success is good, because like they say, all work and no play makes Gino a dull man. Because I work 7 days a week for Word Explosion Outreach, and people don't understand. Underneath the suit and tie is a man that desires love, desires companionship, and community living services does not understand it. Guardianship services doesn't understand it. I feel like I get to a point where nobody understands. Nobody understands. That's why I said we're not in the 60s anymore. Because you have some people that think, that it's all about the Benjamins. And that's why I really want to work to succeed and I work to fail. I work 7 days a week because I want to accomplish something. I want to be able to really just say, if I do have a special someone in my life, honey, let me take you out for coffee. Honey, let me take you out for this, for that. Just like me and my spiritual auntie, we have a standing appointment. There are times where I want to say, hey, Aunt B, let's go for a cup of coffee before Bible study. Or, hey, Aunt B, let me put some gas in your Cadillac Escalade. Or, hey, Aunt B, let's go bowling. Or, let's go out to breakfast. That's why it pays to have a spiritual auntie to fill that void in your life. Because it really does, Sheree. She doesn't know. I mean, she doesn't know. That's why I called her and texted, good morning, Aunt B, have a good day at work, I love you. I mean, success is everything, but without God and without a queen in your life, it's nothing. I mean, what's having success without not having happiness?
Right.
Because money can't buy you happiness.
That's right.
It really can't.
Well, speaking on your radio career, how long have you been in radio?
11 years in the community of Highland Park. 11 years. And it's by God's grace that God has blessed me with this opportunity to be resurrected through Word Explosion Outreach to become the promotions director. Because that's why I was so glad to meet Pastor Octavia Williams. But, you know, she said, God's got something in store for you. And I told her about my experience with WHPR and everything. So when she was looking to start a radio ministry. And I think she did the right thing by her.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been a part of the Word Explosion Outreach Ministry?
I got hired in January 15th. I got hired in January. So, man, I've been on the job. Ever since I've been on the job, this is June now, so ever since I've been on the job, it's been giving me an amazing result. But like I said, I've been in public radio 11 years, and, you know, I love my job. Being a director is my passion. I don't take no for an answer. Sometimes I have to be firm with people because it makes me angry to a T when you say, no, I'm not interested. I don't take that for granted. No, I'm not interested is not a word to me. I really have to really put my foot to the grindstone and really let people know that I'm a no-nonsense type of promotions director. You're going to support Word Explosion Outreach because we support black-owned businesses. You can't support a woman of God. How dare you? It makes me sick and it makes me angry. It really does. By the grace of God and Jesus, it really does.
Now, why and how did you get involved with WEO Church Family? How and why did you get involved with Word Explosion Outreach?
Why? Because I feel like, that Pastor Williams is the best boss in the world. John Batula is the best boss in the world. Pastor Moore is the best boss in the world. They're charismatic people. And the work that they do for the kingdom of God is priceless. The work that they do for the hungry is priceless. I feel like this poor woman of God works herself tirelessly and needs a rest. This poor woman of God, does everything, runs back and forth, and these three people of God need somebody to lean on. I mean, I love my job. People don't think I do my job, but I do my job, and I take my job seriously. And, I feel like this is a job to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is a job to me, and I know things are tight where John had the money to pay me for more, but I feel like this job is important to me because, I can't afford to be out of work again.
Okay.
I've already took a loss by being laid off from the other job, so, and I feel like I'm dedicated. I dedicate most of my time to this organization than anything else. Between my home church and this church, I dedicate both of my time very well because I love my job. I'm serious, and radio is my passion. Radio is my drive.
Yes, Mr. Byrd. We would like to know, what is your day like when you're working?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. I get up at 7 a.m. because I work from home. I have my cup of coffee, and normally my day starts at 9 o'clock. I call people at 9 o'clock from 9 to 6. And I call people and I ask them, and I let them know that I'm the promotions director for Explosion Outreach. I let them know we're a 501c3 nonprofit. Let them know that we hire and train young people, basically, from 9 to 6. Then I fill out my donor sheets. I fill out my time sheets. But Thursday morning is my long day. The reason why my day is like that is because I do the radio at night is because I have to prep. I have to call people. I have to do confirmings with people. That's normally the day when I confirm with all the guests to make sure that they're coming.
Okay.
The same, and then I hear on Thursday. Friday, 9 to 5 is where I tabulate everything, get more people for the next week, to talk to John or whoever's coming that week,
Looking at one of your previous interviews, and speaking of your success, we'd like to know what is the current status of your book, the one you're writing, I guess it's biography, but you were writing it with Emma Avery. How is that coming along?
It's coming good. Emma Avery had a few health scares, but I'm glad she's okay. So she's turning the corner.
Okay.
But we're almost there. We're almost there. I will be taking a look at the draft copy and looking over it and everything, because I want this book, Sheree, to touch people's lives that parents have passed away and they're going through the same thing of having state control, because it's too stressful. You know, a lot of people don't know, because the state of Michigan doesn't realize that you make people run away when you're controlling them so much. You know, it's too much. And I don't want anybody to go through the same thing I'm going through.
Yeah. Mr. Byrd, is there anything else that you would like our listening audience to know about you?
Yes, I do. Let people know that you love them.
Yeah.
Let people know that you care. I feel like these state-appointed guardians need sensitivity training for one whole day. They need to walk a mile in my shoes or anybody else's shoes, because you don't realize what you're doing. You're hurting. You're hurting people that are mentally challenged. You're hurting people that are visually impaired. You're hurting people that are physically impaired. You're hurting people that really want freedom in their lives. You really are hurting people. And it's a shame. So I'm praying for a better world, a better nation, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, it hurts my heart heavy, and it's gonna hurt my heart heavy day in and day out until somebody stands up and stands proud and does something, because that's why I hope that I get nominated again for the Alice Sosa Award like I did in 2014 for advocacy. And I hope I get another award from the state of Michigan, because somebody really needs to do something, because there's too much crookedness and dirty lowdown.
Yes, sir.
My heart is too heavy. My heart is heavy.
Yes, sir.
For all these people that are under receivership. It really is. So please, let's pray for them.
Yes.
I want to say, people that are part of the Jabula network, like my pastor, people that have churches in their community, please step up and be spiritual fathers, be elders, step up and be spiritual aunties and uncles. Step up, step proud. We really, come on, Detroit, come on, Highland Park, come on, everybody. This has really got the stuff. When is it gonna end? I don't know. I feel like we really need to do something. We really need to fight for the disabled. Somebody needs to. I mean, really needs to. I mean, if we don't do it now, if somebody doesn't stop these physical intermediaries now, I don't know who will.
Well, we thank you so much for standing up, and we thank you so much for making us aware of what's going on. And yes, you are a success. And thank you so much for this interview, and you have a wonderful part.
I want to say thank you as well, because like I said, I just want to say in closing, people, we're not in the 60s anymore. We're not. Please, don't put your kids in the system. Don't have them drugged up where they almost died. It happened to me, but thank God I'm still here to live to tell this story today. I mean, please, if you're a parent, don't leave them. People, stand up, stand proud. Let's rise above this. I mean, really, let's rise above this. Don't put your kids in the system. That's all I'm going to say. Don't put them in.
Well, thank you so much again for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
And we wish you much success.
Thank you.
You're welcome.